A very good evening, dear listener. Reporting live from the Explorer Studios is Malaika Kayesu. And in our headlines, First Lady donates 100 million Uganda shillings to Rubaga Women's Group. Prime Minister Robin Anabanja launches the NRA Manifesto Week 2023. Airtel launches eSIM in Uganda. And Ukraine recaptures ground in Bakhmut. Here's the news in details. The First Lady Janet Kataha Museveni has donated 100 million Uganda shillings to Rubaga Women's Group to aid them in their campaign to alleviate poverty. Relatively, the senior presidential advisor on Kampala affairs, Hajat Sarah Kanyike, also donated 80 wheelchairs through the Janet Foundation at Women's Day celebrations in Wankulukoko, Rubaga Division. The Prime Minister of the Republic of Uganda, Right Honorable Robin Anabanja, has today launched the NRA Manifesto Week 2023. She revealed that the government has within the first 2 years accomplished 20% of its commitments and 77% of the commitments are on track to be achieved. Speaking at the launch of the Manifesto Week 2023, the Premier noted that the first 2 years were largely for planning and transition, and it is optimistic that the next assessment will indicate a higher rating. She revealed that the government seeks to take stock of where it has reached and what it needs to do to fast-track implementation. Uganda National Bureau of Statistics has today launched the Western Region Food Safety Laboratories at the UNBS Western Region Office in Barra along Isinjiro Road. The laboratory equipment worth $4.4 million was donated by Trademark Africa, funded by the Danish government. It was commissioned by Honorable Francis Mwebesa, the Minister of Trade, Industry and Cooperatives. The Danish ambassador to Uganda, His Excellency Singh Winding, called upon the business community to take advantage of the Western Region Labs to further grow their businesses for their local and international markets. KCCA has today received 20 water tanks each with a capacity of 10,000 litres to aid in the implementation of a rainwater harvesting initiative in health facilities across the city. The initiative is part of the Greater Kampala Integrated Flood Resilience Partnership Project, which aims to integrate natural-based solutions into urban infrastructure planning for enhanced flood resilience and sustainable socio-economic development. Handing over the tanks to the KCCA Executive Director Dorothy Kisaka, the head of the program, Otali Moshofa, described the initiative as a brilliant idea to collect water and use it, especially for a city like Kampala. The Ministry of Health has informed the general public of the wave of viral influenza illness that is circulating like a wildfire in the populace. According to the statement released today, the viral disease is characterized by a runny nose, headache, intermittent fever, dry cough, a general body weakness, and these may persist for a couple of days before complete reduction. Dr. Henry Mwebesa, the Director General of Health Services at the Ministry, revealed that the commonly affected age groups include children under 5 years, school-going children, and the elderly who are 60 years and above. The Chief Justice Alfonso Winyudolo has urged Ugandans to help the government in the fight of corruption in the governmental institutions, including the judiciary. CJ Owinyudolo says at times those involved in corruption tendencies outside the government offices tend to persuade public servants to get engaged in corruption amidst their seduction. He said this today while commissioning the High Court building in Mukono. The government has encouraged flood-affected locals in Kisoro district to flee from disaster-prone areas and relocate to nearby schools and churches because more rain is anticipated in June and July, which could cause more disaster. The government's advice was delivered by the Minister of State for Disaster Preparedness, Esther Anyakun, while speaking to the affected locals in Kisoro district. She said, "Right now, there are schools and churches in better locations where people should reside because we anticipate more rain to come in the months of June and July." On a sad note, the Uganda Bible Society Secretary General Simon Mukama has died at the age of 54 at Mengo Hospital, where he had been taken after feeling unwell. The news of his passing was broken today by All Saints Cathedral Nakasero, Kampala, on their Twitter handle. It read, "It's sad to learn of the passing of the General Secretary of the Bible Society of Uganda, Mr. Simon Mukama, this morning. May God comfort the family, the Bible Society, and all people of God." Airtel has launched eSIM in Uganda, the first operator in the country to introduce this cutting-edge technology. According to Airtel Uganda Managing Director Manoj Murali, with the introduction of the SIM card in Uganda, the eSIM in Uganda, Airtel continues to stay ahead of the curve where innovation is concerned by giving customers much convenience and flexibility while championing technological advancement and creating innovative platforms and opportunities that will make life simpler. An eSIM or an embedded SIM is a digital SIM card built directly into a device which offers connection to any operator with eSIM-enabled network services. And in our last story today, Ukraine has recaptured ground in Bakhmut, a rare advance after months of grinding Russian gains in the eastern city. Deputy Defense Minister Hanna Maliar said Ukrainian forces advanced 2 kilometers in a week. The claims signal a momentum shift in Bakhmut, but more widely, there is no clear evidence of the much-anticipated Ukrainian counteroffensive. Russia, however, denied Ukrainian claims, but said its troops had regrouped in one area. Thank you for listening to ASEAN Explorer Online Radio, the home of reliable and authentic news. Have a blessed evening.